Dolly Parton, the most sought-after country music icon of the 60s, recently addressed a series of false rumors over the past 50 years. Although loved by a large audience, Dolly still cannot prevent bad rumors from spreading about her personal life, especially with her ideal husband, Carl Dean. Along with Dolly, her husband also spoke up to correct all rumors surrounding their life. Stay and watch this video until the end to get answers to your long-standing questions. First, amidst of the intriguing world of celebrity rumors, one particular speculation has captivated the imagination of a subset of Dolly Parton's fan base, giving rise to a tale that seems almost too fantastical to be true. The focus of this speculation is none other than Carl Dean, Dolly's husband of over 50 years, who some believe might not be a real person. The whispers surrounding Carl Dean stem from his enigmatic nature. A deeply private individual, he has managed to elude the public eye, steering clear of honorary events, pageants, award ceremonies, or any public showcases of the couple's enduring love. Photos of him with his iconic wife are scarce, adding fuel to the notion that he might be a mythical figure. Dolly Parton, on the occasion of their 50th anniversary, attempted to dispel these rumors by sharing the heartfelt story of their romantic journey on her official website. According to her account, they first crossed paths in 1954 outside a humble laundromat in Tennessee. However, skeptics within the fan base view this narrative as a strategic move to perpetuate the myth of Carl Dean's existence. For those immersed in the rumor mill, it's a tantalizing possibility that the entire saga is an elaborate cover-up. Yet, a glimmer of rationality prevails among the majority, acknowledging that Dean is, in fact, a real person. This acknowledgement is fortified by a surprising turn of events. Dolly's elusive husband decided to step into the limelight. In a move to quell the swirling whispers, Carl Dean reached out to the media, granting an interview with Taste of Country. In this candid conversation, he not only confirmed the authenticity of their union, but also added a touch of sweetness to the narrative. Dean revealed that the moment he locked eyes with Dolly in 1954, he had an instant revelation. "I'm gonna marry that girl." Reflecting on the profound impact of that fateful day, he expressed the sentiment that meeting Dolly was the inception of his true life. In the face of speculation and skepticism, Carl Dean emerged from the shadows, not as a mythical entity, but as a real person whose love story with Dolly Parton is as genuine as it is enduring. Second, contrary to the glittering facade of fame, Dolly Parton, with her flamboyant style, big blonde hair, and layers of dazzling makeup, might seem like the epitome of a high-maintenance star. The assumption could easily be that such a glamorous exterior demands constant attention and upkeep. However, in a poignant revelation during an interview with the Mirror, Dolly shattered these preconceived notions, asserting that beneath the glitz and glamour, she is, in fact, a relatively low-maintenance soul. Backstage, amidst the whirlwind of preparations before a performance, Dolly's requests are surprisingly modest. All she ever asks for is a few tissues, some glue to mend any broken nails, a mirror to ensure her look is flawless, and a simple sip of water. It's a humble list, a stark contrast to the grandiose image one might associate with her. In the interview, she confesses her love for the ritual of getting ready for her shows, reveling in the process of adding that extra touch of glitter and glamour. However, once the curtains fall and the stage lights dim, Dolly seamlessly transitions into a different persona. Far from the dazzling spotlight, she chooses to keep things understated, embracing a low-key lifestyle when she's not preparing to grace the stage. Despite the demands of maintaining her public image, Dolly values the comfort of her home. In a poignant twist, she discloses her penchant for lounging around in sweaters and sweatpants, mirroring the casual relaxation familiar to everyone. Behind the iconic persona lies a woman who, in the quiet moments away from the limelight, embraces the ordinary joys of comfort. Amidst the bustling life on tour, where every performance is a spectacle, Dolly finds solace in the simplicity of downtime. Her RV becomes a sanctuary, a place to unwind, and in those stolen moments between shows, she shares this space with her husband. In these quieter intervals, away from the adoring crowds, Dolly Parton reveals a remarkably down-to-earth side, challenging the tragic assumptions of a life consumed by extravagance. Third, whispers circulate among enthusiasts that Dolly is not just adorned in rhinestones and glamour, but also in a canvas of concealed tattoos. The speculation suggests that her penchant for long-sleeved blouses and dresses is a deliberate act to keep these inked secrets veiled from the public eye. In a rare moment of addressing the rumor mill, Dolly partially lifted the curtain in 2014 during an interview with Vanity Fair. She reluctantly confirmed the existence of a few small tattoos adorning her skin, shrouded from public view. However, she made it clear that she isn't an avid enthusiast of body ink, dispelling the notion that she might be hiding intricate designs beneath her rhinestone-covered blazer. Contrary to the vivid imagination painting a tapestry of tattoos on her arms, Dolly asserted that the ink she bears is neither extensive nor noteworthy. Instead, she claimed that these concealed tattoos serve a different purpose. They cover scars. The revelation takes a poignant turn, suggesting that beneath the glamorous exterior lies a narrative of wounds, healed but immortalized in ink. The dichotomy between the dazzling stage presence and the obscured tattoos hints at a more complex and multifaceted Dolly Parton, adding an element of tragedy to the notion of scars that linger beneath the surface. As fans grapple with the paradox of a glamorous exterior concealing both ink and scars, the rumor unveils a nuanced layer of the legendary singer's personal narrative, leaving the audience with a bittersweet understanding of the woman behind the rhinestones. Fourth, in the enduring saga of Dolly Parton's life, an unspoken tragedy lingers, a poignant question that emerges after over 5 decades of marriage. Does she harbor regrets about never having children? The speculation whispered among those curious about the intimate details of her personal journey adds a somber undertone to the narrative of the iconic country star. Dolly, however, has confronted this question with a candid vulnerability that transcends the glittering facade of her fame. On multiple occasions, she has addressed the absence of offspring in her life, revealing a nuanced perspective that defies conventional expectations. There is no indication that, given the chance, she would alter this aspect of her story. The haunting question of what her children might have looked like, whether they would have mirrored her own visage, occasionally crosses her mind, but it is not a thought that occupies her daily reflections. The tragic twist in Dolly's tale lies in her acceptance of a divine plan that denies her the experience of motherhood. She believes that God chose this path for her so that the children of others could become her own. Her love for her little nieces and nephews, whom she cares for with devotion, becomes a surrogate fulfillment of the maternal role she never experienced. The tragedy is subtle, yet profound. The yearning for a connection with a child who bears her blood, a curiosity left unsatisfied. As Great Aunt Granny, a title she wears with both affection and a hint of wistfulness, Dolly finds solace in a role that, perhaps, is more than she could have asked for. Yet, in the quiet moments, one can sense a trace of what might have been, a bittersweet contemplation of the alternate life that could have unfolded had motherhood been a part of her journey. Dolly, pragmatic yet wistful, acknowledges that she might have made a marvelous mother, but such a role would have demanded a substantial sacrifice. The tragic essence lies in the realization that, had she embraced motherhood, her professional trajectory would have been altered irreversibly. The prospect of leaving her work behind and ceasing to tour carries a weight of potential remorse. The unspoken tragedy resonates in the delicate balance between the fulfilling yet unconventional path she chose and the poignant what-ifs that linger in the corners of her heart. Fifth, while some merely suggest that she might harbor regrets for not having children, others delve into an extreme narrative, proposing a clandestine existence where she might have indeed become a mother, concealing her offspring from the prying eyes of the public. The tragic mystery deepens as questions about the father and the whereabouts of these alleged secret children linger in the shadows. One particularly fanciful version of this tale paints a surreal image. Dolly and Elvis Presley, the king and queen of their respective realms, clandestinely bringing forth a lineage of musical royalty. The sheer audacity of this speculation adds a tragic layer to the narrative, intertwining two iconic figures in a story that transcends the bounds of reality. In another twist, whispers circulate accusing Dolly of birthing the child of the charismatic Burt Reynolds. Despite the utter baselessness of such rumors, Dolly, the seasoned queen of the country, has weathered these unfounded tales with remarkable grace. In a poignant yet light-hearted anecdote, she shared a moment when her husband, Dean, innocently looked at a photo of her with a dog and jokingly questioned if it was Burt Reynolds' baby. The tragic irony lies in the absurdity of these claims, the surreal twists that gossip can take, and the resilience required to navigate such tumultuous narratives. Dolly's enduring presence in the public eye, spanning half a century, has made her an unwitting target for speculative stories and sensationalized tales. Yet, with a resilience forged through the fires of fame, she faces these rumors with a unique blend of grace and tongue-in-cheek sass. The tragedy lies not in the absurdity of the stories, but in the perpetual scrutiny that accompanies a life lived in the limelight. Dolly Parton, the master of navigating the tumultuous seas of fame, has chosen to embrace the narratives with humor, infused stoicism, turning tragedy into a triumph of resilience and wit. Sixth, in the intricate tapestry of Dolly Parton's life, a tragically common thread weaves its way through the gossip mill, an insinuation that she, the devoted wife, has been unfaithful to her husband. The whispers, born perhaps from the proximity of her collaborations with male colleagues and fueled by her inherently outgoing personality, cast a shadow over the queen of country music. The tragedy lies not in the rumors themselves, but in the persistent scrutiny of Dolly's fidelity. The very nature of her profession, one that regularly places her in the company of men, seems to provide fertile ground for such speculations. Yet Dolly, in her own words, has addressed this particularly juicy piece of gossip with a blend of candor and mystery. In an interview with ABC News a few years back, she reflected on the relentless accusations, stating, "I've been accused of being involved with every man I've ever seen, with or worked with. Maybe I have, maybe I ain't. I never tell if I have. But you know people always saying that." The tragedy unfolds in the irony of her open acknowledgement that these rumors persist, coupled with her refusal to confirm or deny them. It's a delicate dance between personal privacy and public perception, a dance that inevitably carries a weight of its own. The tragic narrative is not just in the accusations, but in the toll they must take on a woman who, despite her colossal success, faces the perpetual challenge of defending her personal integrity. The dichotomy between the public's insatiable curiosity and Dolly's steadfast refusal to reveal the details of her private life adds a layer of complexity to the tragedy. The queen of the country, while navigating the tumultuous waters of fame, is left to grapple with the shadow of speculation that threatens to tarnish the gleaming crown she wears on stage. Seventh, in the haunting melodies of Dolly Parton's classic Jolene, a tragic tale unfolds, and the narrative transcends the realms of fiction and reality. While the song has captivated audiences worldwide, the question lingers: who is Jolene, and does the melancholic melody echo a real-life heartbreak? Contrary to the speculation that Jolene might have been a spectral presence in Dolly's personal life, the truth unveils a poignant twist. Jolene, the red-headed enchantress of the song, was indeed a tangible figure, but not one entangled in a romantic tryst with Dolly's husband. Instead, she emerged from the realms of an inside joke shared between Dolly and her devoted husband, Dean. In the corridors of a local bank, a red-headed teller named Jolene became the unwitting muse of this iconic song. Dolly reveals that every time Dean visited the bank to make a deposit, Jolene bestowed upon him an extra measure of attention. It started as a playful running joke within the confines of their relationship, an amusing acknowledgement of the allure this bank teller held for Dean. The tragic beauty of the story lies in the evolution of this personal jest into a haunting melody that would resonate for decades. What began as a light-hearted exchange between a husband and wife transformed into a timeless country ballad, etching Jolene's name into the annals of musical history. 8th. In the somber year of 2015, a dark cloud of rumors gathered, whispering through the pages of newspapers and tabloids, claiming that Dolly Parton, the beloved queen of the country, was silently battling stomach cancer. As these speculative tendrils extended, the rumor mill relentlessly churned out supposed details of a health struggle that sent shockwaves through her devoted fan base. Devastation and stunned disbelief rippled through the hearts of those who held her in admiration. The tragedy deepened as time wore on, and the veil of uncertainty surrounding Dolly's health seemed to thicken. The relentless rumors, fueled by sensationalism and speculation, painted a grim picture that cast a shadow over the iconic singer's legacy. Eventually, the whispers reached a crescendo, demanding a response from Dolly herself. In a public address, she confronted the swirling speculations head-on, vehemently denying the existence of cancer in her body. The truth, as she revealed, was a different shade of affliction, a completely unrelated gastrointestinal issue. The revelation offered a temporary reprieve to her anxious fan base, but the gravity of the situation lingered. As the clouds of misinformation dispersed, the tragic twist in the tale emerged. Dolly was battling kidney stones, a painful and challenging ordeal. The stark contrast between the initial fears of stomach cancer and the reality of kidney stones painted a poignant picture of the unpredictability of health struggles and the toll such rumors can take on a public figure. 9th, in country music. The tale of Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers is not merely a musical collaboration, but a canvas onto which rumors of romance have been painted. The undeniable chemistry that permeates their collaborations has fueled speculation and whispers that a more intimate connection once existed between the two iconic figures. The tragic twist lies in the ambiguity that shrouds their relationship, inviting questions about what might have been. Amidst the persistent rumors, both Dolly and Kenny have individually addressed the swirling gossip. In a playful manner, Rogers hinted at his belief in maintaining tension rather than providing clarity, adding a layer of mystique to their dynamic. However, when pressed, Dolly unequivocally denied any romantic involvement with her musical counterpart. The tragedy takes root in the complexity of human connections, the blurred lines between friendship and romance. Dolly, in her candid revelation, expressed that the path between them could have easily taken a more romantic turn. But for her, Kenny was akin to a brother. Despite the categorical denials from both stars, the lingering speculation casts a shadow over their professional collaboration, leaving a bittersweet aftertaste to their musical legacy. 10th, in an interview with Good Housekeeping, she unveils the intricate web of reasons that have led her to step back from the stage, a decision driven by a confluence of business commitments, the realities of aging, and, most significantly, the desire to be close to her husband, Carl Dean. As she opens up about this profound shift in her life, Dolly shares, "I don't tour anymore. I've got so many business things I'm doing, and my husband and I are getting older, He's a little older than I am, and I kind of need to be with him. The tragic resonance lies in the acknowledgement that time, with its inevitable march, has prompted a re-evaluation of priorities. Dolly, who has dedicated a lifetime to the rigors of touring, recognizes the commitment it demands. She articulates, "You got to be committed to that touring, and I did that all my life." The curtain falls on an era as she declares her intention to eschew full-blown tours, replacing them with occasional special shows or festival appearances. The tragedy lies in the farewell to the relentless rhythm of life on the road that has been both her passion and profession. In the backdrop of this transition, a deeper layer of sorrow unfolds. Dolly's focus on her husband, Carl Dean, takes on a poignant significance. At 81, Dean faces health challenges, including a diagnosis of Alzheimer's 4 years ago, high blood pressure, and a weak heart. The tragedy deepens as Dolly, recognizing the fragility of time, opts for a quieter life, cherishing moments spent with Dean. Their contrasting lifestyles, epitomized by Dean's love for privacy and his affinity for working on tractors and asphalt paving, reflect the dichotomy of their worlds. Yet, amidst these differences, their devotion remains unwavering. The quieter times involve shedding the trappings of fame, wigs, and makeup for a simpler life on the road in an RV. It's a tender portrait of love weathering the changing seasons, of embracing a more subdued pace while holding on to the essence of shared moments. 11th, in the enduring love story between Dolly Parton and Carl Dean, the stark contrast in their preferences, she in the spotlight, he in the shadows, adds a layer of complexity and tragedy. Their 56-year-long marriage, a testament to the resilience of love, also harbors a chapter marked by rebellion and risk, as Dolly's decision to marry Dean defied industry norms and faced opposition from her own music label. Dolly, a force of nature in the country music scene, has always been a trailblazer, shaping her own extravagant image since her teenage years. Her life choices have consistently been guided by the pursuit of personal happiness, a commitment that would be tested when she decided to marry Carl Dean. The industry, with its tightly held reins on artists, often dictates genres, topics, and even personal matters, imposing constraints that can be stifling at best and suffocating at worst. In the mid-60s, Dolly signed with Monument Records, setting the stage for a burgeoning career. Fast forward to 1966, when she and Dean were ready to exchange vows. Their plans for a celebratory wedding clashed with the desires of her label, Monument Records. The tragedy begins to unfold as the label, wary of the potential negative impact on Dolly's image and career, sought to minimize publicity surrounding the event. For a star on the rise, the label's preference would have been for Dolly to remain single, avoiding the complications that a high-profile marriage might bring. However, Dolly, true to her rebellious spirit, refused to succumb to the industry's expectations. The decision to proceed with the wedding, despite the label's objections, represents a poignant act of defiance, a declaration that her personal happiness and love for Carl Dean would not be sacrificed on the altar of industry standards. It was an era where the allure of a single artist, available and within reach, resonated deeply with fans. The industry, believing that marriage would strip away this layer of mystique, often pressured artists to remain unattached for the sake of their public image. Despite these industry norms, Dolly, deeply enamored with Carl Dean, chose to defy expectations and follow her heart. The tragic irony lies in the fact that, in an act of rebellion against the industry's stifling constraints, she and Dean opted for an elopement rather than the grand celebration they had envisioned. The victory was bittersweet, a quietly Pyrrhic triumph that left Dolly with a lingering sense of unfulfilled wedding dreams. Years later, in a candid admission to People, Dolly revealed the quiet ache that accompanied their elopement. "I never really felt like I had the wedding that we really wanted." The tragedy deepens as the grandiosity they sacrificed for love becomes a poignant void, a missing piece in the tapestry of their enduring love story. To mend this emotional wound, Dolly and Dean orchestrated a resplendent celebration for their 50th anniversary. It was a testament to the enduring love that had weathered the storms of fame and industry expectations. Dressed in finery, they marked 5 decades of shared joys and struggles. Dolly, reflective and aware of the passage of time, acknowledged the significance of the milestone, saying, "50 years is a long time for anything, and I felt that we needed to do something to commemorate this. It's been a good 50 years, and I don't know how many more years we'll have left." In this juxtaposition of quiet rebellion, unfulfilled wedding dreams, and a triumphant anniversary celebration, the tragedy lies not just in the sacrifices made for love, but in the poignant reminder that even enduring love stories bear the weight of unmet aspirations. What do you think about the Dolly Parton rumors? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.